Hey, how's it going, everybody? Charlie Wilson here, aka Sinister Charlie. Welcome back. Hi. So, we got some more angry capes. Fatty guard soldiers deployed to Chicago. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on these days. Stuff that I really don't want to get into. Let's just laugh at fat people. That's the American way. We're apolitical around here. We like fats. All right. National Guard. I mean, I get it. You work like 1 weekend a year or 1 weekend a month. Sorry. Ran into a lot of National Guard and reserves when I was in active duty. It's part of it. It is what it is. You're gonna have a lot of out of shape people who don't take it that seriously. That's in the National Guard. You can eat donuts. All right, let's go.
Within just about a week of Pete Hegseth's motivational speech of no more fatties serving in the United States military, the Texas National Guard got called up to help out in Chicago with its crime problem, which led to a very newsworthy photo being taken. Wow.
Is that Shane Gillis? Yo, dude, I don't think I like the National Guard, dude.
Whoa, they say everything's bigger in Texas. I wasn't expecting waist size.
I swear to God, that does look like Shane Gillis.
And of course, everybody in the military meme sphere has been taking that and having some fun with it.
Real Team 6.
But this photo also leaves some people, including yours truly, scratching their chins a little bit, pondering, well, doesn't that seem ironic that just a week after Pete Hegseth says no more fatties in the military, mainstream news sources are now posting about fatties in the military? Oh,
that is...
What a coincidence!
That is something.
And we'll break down some of those coincidences along with a couple funny memes that I found out about it, because why not? We share in the meme sphere here. Some hard-hitting military memers are just knocking it out of the park. But first, a word from this video's sponsor. You having trouble budgeting stuff, car payments, bills, mortgages, etc.?
Sure.
Well, that's where Rocket Money comes in to help you out. Rocket Money is an all-in-one personal finance app that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage your money better. I love using it to cancel subscriptions, like to that car wash place that I don't go to once a...
Someone had Bumble on there. That's funny. Sorry.
Money better. I love using it...
Bumble, DoorDash, yep, that's about right.
To cancel subscriptions, like to that car wash place that
paying
I don't go
$30
to
on
once
Bumble?
a month anymore, or streaming service that I used to watch football games on, but now I don't watch football games on that streaming service anymore, and it's off season. Rocket Money may be able to help you cancel those things with just a couple taps. The app shows you where your money's going at all times. Plus, it'll notify you when there's any upcoming changes that can help prevent overdrafts.
Just letting you know.
And saving money! Who doesn't like saving money? Rocket Money has helped customers save up to $740 a year when you use all the app's premium features. And it's helped save its customers $500 million from canceled subscriptions. Take control of your finances today. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen to get started for free. So let's dive into this story. Pete Hegseth says about a week ago, no more fatties in the military. President Trump has been activating a lot of National Guard units to assist in large city crime issues. D.C. has seen its fair share. Oregon has troops there now. And of course, the crown jewel of violence itself, Chicago, is now having the Texas National Guard pop up to assist in crime prevention.
You know, it is pretty wild because I really like Chicago. And, when I was in the Navy, I went there a few times and I had a blast. Just don't go to the South Side, I guess. Not sure what's going on these days. I'm sure it's probably worse. I don't know.
You might ask yourself, well, why Chicago? Chicago's always been the #1 slot in most violent cities in the States. Why is he sending troops to them now? There's no, massive Antifa events like in Oregon or New York City or even D.C. It may be because ICE agents, in their efforts to detain and deport illegal aliens, as well as those that have committed crimes while being here illegally, well, those ICE Fed boys aren't getting any help from Chicago PD. In fact, you might say that they're incentivizing officers not to assist. Well, now you might be saying, what do you mean they're incentivizing not assisting ICE? Well, I mean, listen for yourself.
Yeah, send the cars in that direction. Have them stay put 2 or 3 blocks away, all right? Have them hold tight until I give you further direction, please.
So the unit's responding to 39th and Place in Kedzie. If you guys can start heading there as quick as you can, and then just hold tight for instructions with 999.
So the Chief of Patrol, clear everybody up. We're not responding over there.
For 999, Chief of Patrol said all units clear out from there. We're not sending anybody over to that location.
Now, in case you missed it from that short audio clip, there were a number of cars dispatched to assist ICE agents who were detaining individuals in the city of Chicago. And they called 911 and said, hey, we're getting surrounded by a large group of people. We need some help from Chicago PD. And the dispatcher immediately sent out some cars. Hey, another agency needs some assistance, and they're working inside our city. Of course, we're going to send our boys to help them. But somebody, obviously not the dispatcher, somebody above the dispatcher, somebody with stars on their collar, advised that dispatcher, whoa, 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 whoa. That's ICE. They're detaining people. And even though they're a part of a legal law enforcement agency.
Yeah, it is weird that, that the Chicago police would, take sides in this when it's like, well, they're also officers just like you. So what if somebody decided not to send dispatch for help to help you? I don't know. It's so dumb, and everything's been so politicized. I can't even
See that works within our borders. We are not going to assist them at all. We're not even going to show up. In fact, let's take our guys and just send them somewhere else. Get on the radio there, dispatcher, and tell them, oh, no, you're not going to help out a federal agency in need of assistance. You're going to go do whatever it is else you want as long as it's not there. Which is, wow.
Weird.
Quite an interesting predicament, if you ask me, that a large major city is now intentionally not assisting us. Now I've heard stories of mayors and commissioners and county district attorneys saying, we're not going to assist the federal offices of ICE. We don't want to touch that. No human is illegal. Which is the dumbest fucking thing. They're not illegal. They just broke a law to get in. But bleeding hearts everywhere. Nobody's illegal. Shut up. What about the guy breaking into your house and then stabbing you in order to steal your fucking jewelry?
Hey, that guy was a really cool dude once you got to know him. He's just a little stabby.
He illegal, or did he just commit a crime? No, this thing is illegal. Enjoy getting stabbed, you stupid fuck. But anyway, I've heard of these cities and counties saying don't assist. Never ever heard of those officers being dispatched to that call, being told, you know what, forget it, get away from that call. Let them fend for themselves. Holy. Now, I'm not much of a lawyer. I'm just the guy that does the dirty work for them. But something tells me that having that audio proof of the Chicago Police Department telling its officers do not assist them, even though they're calling 911 for assistance. Could you imagine if it was any other call? Hey, 911, someone's breaking into my house. Somebody stole my dog. I think that guy broke into cars down the street. And the dispatcher goes, no, we're not sending anybody to you. Fuck off. I think there might be some legal accountability that's about to come on down like a eagle grasping a salmon out of the waters in Alaska and rightfully go after whoever said, hey, pull back those officers from a 911 call of people asking for help. Because let's break that down just at the basic level. You have a bunch of people that are being surrounded by an angry crowd about to get the shit kicked out of them. And you're telling officers not to go? Holy fuck.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought this was going to be about the fat National Guard soldiers, but I guess not.
Priorities wrong. I'm talking like somebody needs to be put in fucking prison for that shit. Denying 911 assistance to individuals that are potentially being attacked, asking for help from 911, incredible. Increíble. So that's why I think now is the time where National Guard troops are going in, likely to assist federal officers like ICE
there we go. We got around to it.
Detaining and deporting individuals that are illegally in the country that have also committed other crimes. Because if Chicago PD ain't helping you, you gotta have somebody assist these frickin' officers. But who does the federal government send to assist ICE? Well, the most poorly rotund group of special forces I've ever seen. We all know what I think of that. You're trash. But let's hear from some people in the fantastic military memosphere on what they think. The Secretary of War, after seeing the photos of those Texas National Guard soldiers. Indication. Me looking at everyone who said the
I never saw Brooklyn. Was it Brooklyn 999 or whatever it is? Never watched it.
Or speech was stupid and pointless. Meal Team 6 deploying for Operation Deep Dish. And introducing the Eat More Mafia. Now that's just one account, M-Day Warriors, which I absolutely love. If you're a part-timer like myself, you should absolutely follow them on Instagram, as well as Not in Rags. Trust me, every news agency out there, we're harder on our own than you ever could be. And if you ever tried to come for any of us like that, we would fucking destroy you. Now here's my 2 cents of why the Associated Press and ABC News, who are at least 2 of the news agencies, used that specific photo. Because the photo taken of those 5, 4...
Was this even from... I'm guessing this might not have even been from that... This might not even be from recently. It's probably a couple years old, right?
Or fat troops is only like a small portion of all the Texas freaking National Guard that's out there. There's several videos of people in the Chicago area looking at all these National Guard troops from Texas come in, and all the troops are slim and fit and in good shape. So obviously all the Texas National Guard aren't some big fat fatties that are slamming down so many freaking Buc-ee's, ribs, and barbecue brisket jerky that they can't move around in their uniforms right. Which is why I think that the mainstream media is using these photos to try and make the Texas National Guard look bad. Look at these fatties. Look at these slobs. They're supposed to come to Chicago and try and protect us? Absolutely not. Which, by the way, if you're gonna have a riot squad, you want a couple big boys in there that can lift and shrug an entire car. That way when the skinny Antifa boys come in and try and stop your bullshit, they can just go, yeet! Now, I'm sure that that's what the mainstream media wanted, was to try and show the inept Texas National Guard fatties going into Chicago like, what could they possibly do? But what they ended up doing was just solidifying the Secretary of War's stance on being fat makes you look unprofessional.
It does.
Now, any news agency that said Pete Hegseth is wrong for getting the fatties out of there, but loves the photo of these incompetent fat troops, you see how they're kind of butting heads now? Because now they got to say one thing or the other. Either Pete Hegseth was right and we got to get rid of some of these fatties that's not very proficient and doesn't look very professional, or they got to say that no, we want fatties in the military, which is exactly what Pete Hegseth said he doesn't want, because they're just as capable as everybody else.
By the way, the last video I did from Angry Cops, I was about to call him Fat Electrician, that got a lot of views and a lot of people had feedback about it. People don't understand. It's like you're looking up to this chief petty, this E7, right? A senior enlisted for guidance, and you can't really take them seriously if they're falling out of their uniform. It's that, soup sandwich and all that. It's just so it's gotten so bad.
Which we know that they're not. So now they're trapped in their own sea of horse. You don't hate the media enough. But do not worry there, Chicagoans. These tubs of lard aren't going to be protecting you and huffing and puffing as they jump off of the next 5 ton. They've already been removed from everybody's eyes and are taking a plane back to Texas. Oh. Well, how's that? From a leaked text message, and I quote, "Due to the recent media coverage, it has been passed down from higher. Height and weight will be conducted tomorrow. Time to be determined. Those not in compliance will be removed from the roster." Boom! And just like that, we have our first casualties on the war on fat bodies, which I think is appropriate because nobody wants somebody showing up in uniform looking like the Michelin Man. Heck, that guy in the front with the M4's gut is so big, it's lifting up his blouse so you can see his belt buckle and a little bit of the fat underneath. Just popping over the top of his gosh dang pants like a Pillsbury biscuit. You know, things where you hit the side and it expands out. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
I know Texas barbecue is great, but these 5 guys are looking like they're 4 stuck pigs. I know I've got a constant double chin, but at least you can tell I have an Adam's apple underneath my neck. Half of those troops are looking like that guy that blows up from Big Trouble in Little China. So here we are. Chicago's getting National Guard troops put in it because it's so fucking violent. My hypothesis as to why is because just a week or so ago, ICE agents calling 911 for help had cars originally dispatched to them because they were being surrounded by an unruly crowd, and then had the dispatcher pull those cars away. Just, once again, blowing my mind that somebody could call 911 for help, and that 911 or somebody above them would say, no, we're not gonna help those people.
Yeah, that is a bit
That called 911?
fucked up.
Are you fucking insane? And now the people are complaining that the soldiers are too fat, even though it was only a handful of them. And, well, they're out of here now because height and weight's getting done to make sure that everybody looks professional, which for the most part the Texas National Guard did. The mainstream media just found its fatties, took a photo of that, and sent it up like it was the fucking brightest idea they ever had. Best way to support the channel is get yourself a shirt.
Okay.
It's Halloween. These shirts are only up until Halloween, and then they're gone. They're done. Jack-o'-lantern drill sergeant. Spooky. I love it. Space Marine drill. Look at that bayonet ready to stab in the name of Space King. Cheapest way to support the channel is leave a comment. Tell me what your hypothesis is. There's all these fucking annoying conspiracy theorists out there. Like, how about like a normal conspiracy
I like
theory?
those.
Just, I guess we just call that a theory of why
Guess so.
the troops are going to Chicago. And there's always uncensored and extra bonus stuff when you go check us out on Pepperbox, link below. All right, see you next time, weirdos.
There you go. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to get so political, but, you know, I guess you can't really get into that without talking about the politics of all that. But it is weird that the police wouldn't want to help their own, which also, you know, who's to say that you're on the Chicago police force and you have the wrong opinion and they don't want to send help to you? I don't know. It's messed up. It's messed up. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe down below. Makes me feel good, helps out the channel, and then we're all happy people. Shiny, happy people. And if you got any suggestions for any of the videos, please put down below in the comments, and I will try to get to it eventually. So, thank you very much for watching, and bye.